Good day, YouTubers. The curtsying scene where Meghan is curtsying and look at Harry's face. This says contempt to me. Meghan is showing contempt for the Queen, and contempt is the biggest predictor of divorce in any marriage. Why didn't Harry say something? How did this make it into the documentary? Let's look at some of this. So, the Netflix trailer here is getting 15% average audience score. So it's getting panned big time. The audience doesn't love it. They're not buying it. Let's read some of the comments. Always read the comments. Super wealthy people playing the victim. Nobody cares. Go home. Oliver K says these poor people have to wash their laundry for $100 million in front of the whole world. Honestly, who cares? Get a real job. This is the first time, Sky L says, this is the first time I've watched a bunch of narcissistic, egocentric, cunning, manipulative, hypocrite, calculating liars who have no regards for family except for themselves and feeding their egos. So disappointed, more so with Harry because he could not see through Meghan's manipulation. Good points. Utter drivel. Millionaires pretending to be victims. Ravi M says, absolutely despicable. The worst program Netflix has ever made, being paid millions to lie and manipulate. The lowest of the low. Everything came out in the Oprah interview. What new stuff is there? Okay, and so that brings us to this curtsy. What is this look on Harry's face? What is he thinking? Why are you doing this? Is he regretting it? Here's a tweet on it. If someone mocked, and this is a Photoshop, him looking surprised because we saw the real photos. If someone mocked my grandmother the way Markle arrogantly ridiculed having to curtsy to the Queen, I wouldn't sit there and say nothing. Harry's a pathetic worm. He should be ashamed of himself. Agree. Let's get into it. Let's see what the cards want to tell us today. Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination and Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. As always, find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Here's the card deck. So let's get into it. Is this contempt? Is Meghan showing contempt? Because that's what that looks like to me. And that's the worst, okay? As a man, and I'll talk to other men, but if your woman is showing you contempt, that's it, bro. Just, stop calling. Stop seeing her because she's done. And if you're a woman and your man is showing contempt for you, then it's over. Don't hang on. It's probably over. Or you gotta correct that at the least. So this was filmed in August, several months before the Queen's passing. Okay, but she was already sick with bone cancer, and I'm sure they knew this. And yet Harry just stood there and didn't do nothing about it. So let's look at what is Meghan feeling when she does this whole curtsying thing? Because nobody held a gun to her head, Meghan, you're going to curtsy. She did it, and she did this very low curtsy, like it was a big deal, very theatrical. What is she thinking? Angel. Boy, my fingers are dry today. It's cold here. All right. Oh, Executioner. That's interesting. We have the Angel and the Executioner. Oh, there's the Devil right on the bottom. Make sure we can see that. There's the Devil right on the bottom. And so what is Meghan portraying? Very interesting energies. We have a bunch of people here. We have Manifestor. We have the two most powerful cards in the deck. We have the Executioner and the Magi. We have the Angel and we have the Devil. That's all the people cards. Very strong male energies. The executioner and the magi are very male, and the jacks are juveniles. They're neither male nor female. They're both. Okay, they're juveniles. They're not. It's not a man. It's not a woman. It's a baby. It's a child. It's not an adult. Okay, and the spirits. I don't know if you know this. The spirit, the angels, exalted and fallen. They are both. They are either neither or both. They are both male and female equally, because God made them all in one big bunch, and they don't reproduce. They live forever and they don't reproduce. So it would create a real problem if they were reproducing. They don't reproduce. So anyway, so the devil is not a man, and the devil is not female. The devil is neither male nor female, or he's both. And the angels they may identify, okay, they may choose to be more feminine or more masculine, but they're neither. They're equally male and female. So what do we have here? I find it interesting the devil showed up. Okay, so underneath, the devil will do anything. Meghan will do anything to get her way. And the executioner is very ruthless, extremely ruthless. The executioner just cuts the head off. So the angel, is it contempt? She's an angel. Meghan is an angel. She's so perfect. I just don't have the words to tell you how perfect Meghan is. And she was thrown out of the family. She is the angel who was cast out of heaven, out of the royal family. She's a victim, you know. Let's see here, 1925, and this is where she's going with this. She is a victim. So she's not trying to show contempt, but she'll do anything. She is trying to paint herself as a perfect angel who is a victim, who's being blamed by the family. And Magi, you know, the magician, sleight of hand, pull a rabbit out of a hat. This can be a deception card. This is a very powerful card. This is manifesting. She could be on her mind. She could be manifesting her future as a victim, and she wants everybody to love her. This can also be a deception card because of sleight of hand. And she has a very ruthless plan. I think she's just trying to make everybody love her because she is a victim and she was cast out of the royal family because of racism. Ask Ngozi Fulani or Marlene Headley. And hopefully Marlene is about to be canceled for what she did. I sincerely hope so. She's just another Jussie Smollett. So Executioner. Executioner is the best planning card in the deck. Executioner and Queen of Spades. King of Spades and Queen of Spades. These are the planners of the deck. These are the ones who have the long-term plan, and they know, they're staying up late at night and plotting everything out. She has a plan, okay, and she's following her plan, and she's absolutely ruthless in her executioner of this plan. And it involves media. Mercury is the media card, electronic media. Coffin, she hopes and fears. She's afraid it's going to fall flat because it's the same thing over and over. We heard it in the Oprah interview. We heard it in Funding Freedom. We heard it over and over and over and over and over. And she's at a crossroads. She realizes they haven't taken off. You're either going to take off and, people are really going to be like, oh, yeah, that Meghan Markle, she's amazing. Or that Meghan Markle is just really getting on my last nerve. She's tap dancing on my last nerve. So she realizes she's at a crossroads. So her intention was not to show contempt. Her intention was to show that she is the perfect angel who was discriminated against. She is the perfect angel who was discriminated against. Let's look at Harry and Meghan individually because we saw the Rotten Tomatoes score of 15%. Okay, so it's coming in, And we saw the comments from the Netflix trailer, okay? And I read you some of those, and wow, those are hilarious. And all of the comments were 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star. And I'm seeing the same thing after the first installment of the documentary. It's all 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, and people are just raking it. Okay, and those are the top comments. And you can like those comments, you can love those comments, and people are agreeing with those comments. So that is the pulse of the people. That is what people think. So what are Harry and Meghan thinking now? Because what I'm seeing in the cards recently, first Harry was hanging on to Meghan. Now Meghan is hanging on to Harry. Harry is her meal ticket. So I wonder if they're having very different reactions to the bombing of this documentary, because it's all Meghan. And we also see Meghan having too much voice in the content. You know, the fake paparazzi chasing them. That's Meghan, man. So Harry, what are their reactions? Harry, ooh, he's keeping it on the down low. You better keep it on the down low, buddy. You're going to get in trouble. Oh, Meghan. Oh, devil. Ooh. Oh, interesting. What are their different reactions? So, Meghan's side is so interesting. I'll read Meghan's side first. Oh, she's pissed. She's the devil and scourge and mustard seed. She is firing off venom-filled emails, and she's on the warpath. 4 and 11, 15. She is very actively looking for other people to blame. She's showing as the devil. You cannot piss her off more than this. And underneath we have the executioner and the woman. She wants to see heads roll. Okay, the executioner literally cuts the heads off. She wants to blame people for this failure, and she wants heads to roll. She is really pissed. She's on the warpath. What is Harry doing? She's throwing teacups. She's using language unbecoming of a lady. What's Harry doing? He's keeping it to himself. He's keeping a sweet face on. He's pasting that rictus smile on his face. And he realizes how important this is. 19, and he realizes they're at a crossroads. Maybe this is all going down in flames, and he needs to jump ship. I hope that's what he's thinking. And I'll see I'm going to ask if he's talking to, anyone in the palace. Because, gosh, I hope so. So what do we have here? Long-term, hamster wheel. This is the work card. They're building their brand. They're getting their followers. Like in YouTube, your subscribers, that is really important. To have subscribers, and the more subscribers you have, that's really important. So like and subscribe, my lovelies, like and subscribe. Okay, and she's trying to get her subscribers for the long term. And the more she can gather, the stronger her momentum is. 8 spades and 6 clubs. She knows she's not connecting to her audience. There's a disconnect, and they're not loving it. So that's what we're seeing. She's very upset that this is not Netflix gold, that this is not, she's not the new, name a fabulous actress. She's not the new starlet on the scene. She's so upset, and she's blaming everyone and not herself, and she wants heads to roll. Harry's just keeping quiet and keeping a smile on his face, and I think he's literally not saying anything, but he does realize how important this is. The man grew up on the Truman Show, according to him. He grew up in the palace. He knows how public opinion really changes things. I'm seeing tweets and hearing rumors that Harry didn't want to do this documentary. And if he has any sense, That's true, but I've been there. I've been in the place where I'm completely enslaved and manipulated by a narcissist. And I believe that he's like a slave now. He's like a slave boy. And he's not exercising any of his own intentions. He's just not doing that. So, but the rumor is that Meghan is using anything to manipulate him. She's manipulating him with crying, screaming, sexual favors, anything, okay, to get him to come into the scene, so that he's very reluctant. So, is Harry the reluctant victim? Because people are always saying Harry's just as bad as Meghan. Well, if this is what Harry wants to do, Harry is worse than Meghan. He's much worse than Meghan if these are his intentions. So is Harry the hand puppet of a narcissist? Is he a reluctant victim? Is he like, yeah, let's do this? Which one is it? Is he a hand puppet, or is he like all in? He's just he's rage-filled, and he wants revenge. So hand puppet, or he's all about it. Queen, 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 and a jack. Jack is neither male nor female. Angel. Queen, queen, queen. 3 queens are showing, no kings. Okay, so if he's going to be all about driving this action forward and getting revenge, then I should see a lot of kings. I should see very powerful cards like the Executioner and the Devil. I do see the Queen of Spades. Let's read it. Mustard seed. Messages about his mother and the situation. But this is woman. Shouldn't we have a man here? Man giving messages about his mother, the loss of his mother, Diana, and what a tragedy. It is a tragedy. But at some point you need to move on. I mean, I think, a lot of people think that, this reality, this physical reality, may actually be hell itself. It's very difficult to live here. This world is very, very difficult. And it's difficult every minute of every day. And just read the Psalms. Read the Psalms and you'll see how difficult even the great men of God had it. So difficult. Nothing but challenges. I think it's Psalm 81. Anyway, it's by Moses. Every day is just so difficult. Okay, so what do we have here? I mean, he's not, the bulldog driving this forward. It's all feminine energy. So messages about the mother because of the woman. Okay, she is driving the action. Okay, so that's what this, right on the surface. This is on the surface, this is underneath. On the surface, the woman is driving these messages about the mother Diana. She's the new Diana. It's a tragedy about Diana. I'm being treated the same way as Diana. Meghan is driving these messages, okay? Not Harry. Underneath, the snake, underlying issues, okay? Definitely. Can I get an amen? Yes. Harry has underlying issues. Child in the royal family, underlying issues. 8 hearts, 5 hearts, water into wine, and fence sitter. Reacting and renewing. So constantly bringing up these issues and causing him to react to them, to things in his childhood raised in the royal family. Okay, so the essence of the question is, who's driving this? Okay, is Harry a hand puppet, or is he driving this forward? No, Meghan is clearly driving this forward. And she's doing it by constantly bringing up the past and his upbringing in the royal family, 10 diamonds and Jack of Hearts, and making him react to it. He's a hand puppet. He's a hand puppet of Meghan. Okay, is Harry talking to anyone in the palace currently? Any of the key players? Decisions. 5 clubs fell out. Oh, you can't see it. Which I never get fallouts. I very rarely get fallouts. Because my hands are big enough. Is Harry talking to anyone in the palace currently? Will, Kate, Charles, any of these key players? Let's look at Harry and the palace. Is he currently talking to anybody? Because if he is, he's thinking about coming back. He's keeping it on the down low, but he is thinking about coming back. Harry, isolated. 9 clubs is probably isolated. Anyone in the palace? Charles, Kate, William, secrets. Ooh, ugly. All right, yeah, this really says it all. Oh, I got an extra card in there. So it's 10 spades. 10 is an ending. Because of outside circumstances affecting the family, it's currently a lot of conflict there, and no. 8 spades and 2 diamonds, he's currently cast out, and they're not talking to him. So no, he's not talking to anybody. He's isolated. This is Harry's side. He's isolated. 28, 7 spades. It's radio silence between them, 7 spades. He would like to renew contact. Water into wine. He would like to renew contact. He is isolated, however. He's isolated. What's over here? Veil. They're keeping everything secret because anything they say shows up on Netflix. And we even saw a photo of Meghan and Harry taking photographs inside the palace, which with a private photographer, and they're absolutely not allowed to do that. That's a violation. So Mother Earth, strength, the palace is keeping quiet, and the silence is strength. Never complain, never explain. 30, so 23 and 7, 38 diamonds. That's how they're going to hold everything together. So they've all gotten together and said, don't say anything, don't talk to Harry. Okay, nobody is talking to Harry. It's currently completely over. He's out. You're out. Okay, and Harry, he does want to renew, but he is really isolated over here in the Megwa, the beautiful land, and that's what the Chinese call America. They call this the Megwa, the beautiful land. Yeah, he's completely isolated, and he wants renewed contact, but he doesn't have it, and they're giving him they're staying silent because anything they say can and will be used against them. One final question. Thomas Markle is alleged to be making his own documentary about his life and Meghan, and this is obviously to set the record straight. Will this ever get finished? I mean, he is really old. He's really sick. He is the guy who knows. He lived his life in Hollywood. He's an award-winning lighting designer. He lived his life on television sets. He really knows this stuff. Now, he played his small part, and he stayed to his small part, so maybe he's not really able to do the whole as well as some others. But if Thomas Markle Sr., who is very ill, is taken out of the picture because of illness, I can't see Thomas Jr. being able to do it. We saw Samantha writing a book, and man, she just took forever. And if you're undisciplined and you don't stick with it, and you keep stopping and starting, that's what happens. It's really hard to write a book. I know. I wrote this book, and so I know how hard it is. You really have to stick with it, and very few people have the discipline to write a book because it's just such a long slog. So Is this documentary from Thomas Markle ever going to see the light of day? 10 Clubs, Fox, Veil. Oof. All right, is this ever going to see the light of day? Fox really working on it. 10 Clubs is the work card. Okay, they're really strategizing and working on it. This could say they're still thinking about it more than working on it, but they're working hard at thinking about it. 22, 29, 8 hearts. It just keeps coming up. 7 spades. It's all, they're keeping it all under wraps. I'm not sure that they've really put much on camera at this point. They're formulating what they want to do and how they want to do it. They're working together. This is like a family project. Trinity, Angel, because they're Angel and 2 spades. Their reputation has been sullied. 7 spades and King of Spades, and they just want to get everything back on track with this very powerful move, the Executioner. Executioner is a very powerful strategy. They want to get it back on track with this very powerful move. 25, 35, 36, 9 spades. They just feel stuck. Yeah, they feel like they've just been damaged a lot. So I'm not seeing like a whole lot of progress yet. I see a lot of planning and a lot of talking and a lot of sitting around and scratching their chins and discussion and looking through old photos and, oh, we should do this and, oh, we should do that. And they're all working together on it. But to be honest, okay, somebody's going to have to take the lead, and that's going to be Thomas Markle Sr., I think. I don't think Junior's, I don't know if he's bright enough to really get this done well, even with Thomas Markle Sr. hanging on his shoulder, guiding him step by step while he moves the mouse and puts it all together. Samantha is intelligent enough to do this, but she's way over there in Florida and he's way down there in Mexico. Thomas Jr. is with Thomas Sr., who's going through, I think he just had a stroke. He's having terrible health issues. And, generally people don't just like kick off just like that. They have episode after episode after episode, and you get sicker and sicker and sicker, and it takes 10 years. Like I had back collapse in 2015. I couldn't walk for 10 days at a time. And I said to myself, if I don't get better, I'm going to die. And I expected that it would take about 10 years. Because that's how these things go. And I'm going to have episode after episode. And that's what I see happening to Thomas Markle. He is in declining health. He's not in improving health. And he keeps having these terrible, shots to the gut. And wow, I ran out of room on my card. And it just cut me off. Harry's keeping a smile on his face. And Meghan is on the warpath. Is Harry the hand puppet of Meghan, or is he driving forward the action? Meghan is driving forward the action by constantly getting Harry to react. That's manipulation. She's manipulating Harry, as I thought. And he's not talking to anybody in the palace, and that's kind of where we're at for now. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, the Magi Method. Don't forget to like and subscribe.